Hello there. Wait, why is this spider not upside down? What the hell? There we go. How's the VTuber agency going? Feeling better? I am. I was sick for 2 weeks. So I can see YouTube chat as well. And Twitch chat at the same time. I finally enabled dual streaming again. Let me check something. Hello, gamers. If I do that, it should put it in both chats, so let me check. Oh, it does. Cool. Alright, that's all I wanted to test. Okay. Love your voice, spider guy. Who's a spider guy? I'm an evil villain. What's your favorite vegetable? Sorry, we have a no superlatives rule. What are your top 3 favorite archetypes unordered, and what is the single most hated deck? Sorry, we have a no superlatives rule. Also, my most hated archetype is whichever one beats me. Am I right, fellow haters? YouTube chat not ignored for once. Well, it's because I have it combined. I'm not sure why it doesn't work in OBS, but it does work on this page, which is all I wanted. They have new X-Saber cards? Why is he a Psychic Tuner? Oh my god, another level 3 X-Saber that's not Airbellum. I genuinely didn't know, my bad. Didn't know what? What's a superlative? Oh, I was kidding about the superlative thing. We don't have any rules. Superlative is like your favorites or least favorite things. Like, they're generally bad questions to ask in interviews. But it's also the ones that people default to because they're the easiest ones to think of off the top of your head. If you don't have experience interviewing people or asking questions. People will always default to superlatives. You just got out of prison? Nice. Does making it e-telliable make up for its typing? Oh, it is e-telliable. I didn't even think of that. No, the types for X-Sabers don't matter. They're not a type deck, they're an archetype name deck. The X-Sabers have a ton of different types, so it fits. I just never seen them have a psychic monster before. Yeah, we do a little bit of trolling over here. I was apologized about not knowing the superlative rule. Now I realize it isn't the thing, so now I feel dumb. We only have one rule here, and that's to have fun. And if you don't have fun, you will be immediately banned. We take that one rule very seriously. Okay, while 10 or more X-Saber monsters are on the field, graveyard, and or banishment, X-Saber monsters you control gain attack equal to their original defense. Most of them have really low defense. You can only use each of the effects once per turn. If you special summon X-Saber monster from your extra deck, except during the damage step, you can special summon one X-Saber monster from your hand or deck. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can special summon one X-Saber monster from your hand. While 10 or more X-Sabers are on your field, graveyard, and or banishment, the effect is just your X-Saber monsters gain attack equal to the original defense. That's terrible. No wonder it's a rare. You know how hard it is to get 3 cards in the graveyard? Now think about getting fucking 10 of them. That's not happening. It's an uncompetitive card. How dare they? How dare they? What's Dragon Maids for? The brick, I mean. Wait, what about Dragon Maids? Are you hand ripping today? I have no idea what I'm doing today. I'm just looking at the new cards, to be honest. Oh, they have new train cards. You can normal summon this card without tributing. You can only use each of the effects once per turn. If this card is normal or special, special summon Earth Machine from your hand. During your main phase, if your opponent activates a card or effect, special summon one rank 10 Earth Machine Xyz monster from extra deck using this card to control as a material. Oh, that's neat. This stream certainly beats prison. Maybe not Chicken Night, though. There was a Chicken Night? That makes me think maybe you weren't in prison. Penis. Fairy Tale Ball. Look, it's snow in the background. Train FTK is legal? I don't know what Train FTK is. When this card is activated, you can add one Fairy Tale monster or Fairy Tale Tales from your deck or banishment to your hand. Your Fairy Tale monsters can attack directly. Holy shit! Once per turn, if your opponent special summons a monster and you control Fairy Tale monster, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. Also, its name becomes Prince of Fairies. Whoa! Man, power creep has really hit this game. So, there's this line right here that's probably not even relevant to this card. But it says, your Fairy Tale monsters can attack directly. Not even Ghost Tricks have a card that allows them to attack directly without some kind of cost. Like, just allowing all of your monsters to unconditionally attack directly is just unheard of. That used to be a premium effect. It was premium for, like, until now. I can't believe we just give a whole archetype the ability to attack directly, unconditionally. And it's probably not even a relevant part of this card. It's probably not even a good card. Oh my goodness gracious. This card is an affront to God. Jesus looks down on us. And he weeps. Ooh. Chicken night was on Tuesday. One time food was decent a week. Most peaceful time because we wouldn't get it if someone acted up bad. What? That's a Ryziel card? I've never seen this one before. I kind of skipped out on Ryziel format because that's when I got addicted to Raid. Looks in Tune. Tunes do not have an unconditional attack directly. It is very much conditional as hell. Did you forget the part where all of them have summoning sickness? We used to have monsters attack directly with 500 attack. Exactly. Back in the good old days where men were men. What's this? Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, 4 Heavenly Dragons. 2 dark monsters on the field. Oh, this is another super poly target. Aren't you still addicted though? Nope. I now just played a lot instead of addictive amount. It's like the difference between having a gambling problem where you spend like $20,000 in one day and you can casually go on vacation to gamble without losing all your money. Summoning sickness for tunes doesn't exist? Yes, it does. There's some that don't have it, but a majority of them still do. Wait, if this card's special summon, you can target one other face-up card on the field, change its attack to 0, negates effects, and it becomes dark. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, fusion summon 1 dark fusion monster from next deck using only dark monsters on either side of the field, including this card. Oh, shit. That seems like it's a really good super poly target, because it can also super poly again. Yeah, it's just a hobby now, not an addiction. I think I spent like maybe 50,000 on Raid, give or take. Which is probably a little bit more than I spent on Yu-Gi-Oh! Here, you probably don't care, but I guess that's back into college. You went to college? Ooh. Maybe I should play some Gate Guardians. How long before we get tune supports in the TCG or MD? Man, I remember when they first announced the tune support, everyone on Yu-Gi-Oh! Twitter was like, man, this tune support's garbage. And I'm like, are we looking at the same support? This shit looks crazy. I was like, this is gonna be OP. What do you know? I was right. It's so good, people are calling it toxic. SMH when I'm smarter than everyone on Yu-Gi-Oh! Twitter. You dropped out, now you're going back? Oh, I dropped out of college and went back. And then dropped out again. I dropped out of college twice. But Raid doesn't pay your bills? Does Yu-Gi-Oh! Pay my bills? Yeah, I guess it does. Yeah, I wasted money in Raid for the love of the game. That's a bit much, ain't it? Yeah. Yeah, it turns out I have an addictive personality. Hey, that just goes to show how good Raid is. Have you guys ever heard of Raid Shadow Legends? Really good mobile game, actually. Ooh, the new Predaplant support. Sure hope I won't drop out of college twice. Well, I dropped out of college 3 times. No, wait, I think it was only... Was it twice or 3 times? I don't remember. It might have been 3 times. Send 1 Predap card from your deck to the graveyard, except Predap Primitive. Add a Polymerization spell or Fusion spell from your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, except for plant or dragon monsters. From your deck to the graveyard? Sheesh. If this card is special summoned to your opponent's field... No, wait. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field except during the damage step, banish this card from the grave, target a fusion monster you control, destroy it. Why would you destroy a card you control? That sounds stupid. Now I'm a trained network engineer. Nice. Who can be addicted to a talking spider discussing Yu-Gi-Oh? No one. Anyone who says they're addicted to my channel is lying. And people view gambling wrong in my eyes. I think it should be seen as a hobby that costs money to have fun and not a way to gain money. In order to healthy engage in it, then again, I never have. Gambling thankfully doesn't really tickle my brain. But it does when I'm gambling for new raid heroes, I found. It turns out I care more about getting champions in raid than I do about getting money. I didn't know that. Also, my stepdad is a gambling addict. He relapsed one and lost $10,000 in a day. I was like, oh shit. That's what that means. Before that, I was like, hee, how can you be addicted to gambling? That's so silly. I was like, oh wow, it's a real problem actually. I was just ignorant. If this card is sent from your field to if a monster is sent from the field to your opponent's graveyard while this card is in your monster zone, even during the damage step, gain life points equal to one of those monsters' attack in their graveyard. A life point gain card! If your opponent takes effect damage while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card. Send 1 monster from the field to the graveyard with attack less than or equal to the difference in your life points with your opponent. What? If your opponent takes effect damage, banish this card, send 1 monster from the field to the graveyard with an attack less than or equal to the difference in your life points with your opponent. I'm trying to parse its graveyard effect to see how good it is. I understand what it does. I'm just like, is this good enough where you'd want to play it so that you could pitch it to the graveyard? Stuff scares me because of the dopamine hit. Yeah, I have impulse control problems. I have to trick myself into doing everything, otherwise I don't get anything done. It turns out I'm really good at tricking myself, because I was talking to my therapist about it. And she's like, oh, so like, you know, it must be tough getting nothing done and never doing anything. I'm like, no, I get a lot done, actually. It's just, I have to trick myself into doing everything. And I have to fight with myself to do anything. It's so exhausting. But I do get a lot done. I mean, elderly people being addicted to slots, they just piss themselves in the seats. I knew gambling addiction was real. What? They do what now? You know, they have slot machine games on the App Store where you can't cash out, but you can spend real money to get coins to play the slots. So, like, you get the experience of losing money on slot machines without the upside of maybe getting lucky and winning. And I'm like, wow, that is predatory as hell. But, like, who would play that? And it's like, actually, they make a lot of money, even though you can't. It is impossible to cash out. You can only spend money into the game to get more coins to gamble. And they'll do that just so they can pretend gamble with some stakes. And the reward is more coins, which allows them to play longer. You didn't know that? Oh my god, log stream, good to hear your voice doing better. Oh yeah, last week my voice sounded like I was dying. I had pneumonia. And it like knocked me out for 2 weeks. And my whole family was all scared because we recently had a family member who died to pneumonia. Like literally a week before I got it, someone had died from it. And they're like, oh no, you went to the doctor, right? And I'm like, yeah, of course I did. I went to the doctor after 1 day because I have good health insurance. You're like, I don't pay $500 a month for health insurance not to go to the doctor when I'm sick. I unfortunately spend more time feeling at my brain to do things rather than doing things. Feeling at my brain? You see, I read a ton of self-help books. So I'm really good at tricking myself into doing things. But even then, it's so annoying. I just think like, man, I wish I could just get ADHD medication and skip all this noise. Slot machine apps as old people gotchas. I kind of want to play a slot machine app just to try it out, you know. I'm not a gambler. I can do it without going crazy. Is what I tell myself. If this card is synchro summon, special summon a Predaplant or Starving Venom monster from your face-up extra deck or graveyard. So, a pendulum monster? How does that work? If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, except during the damage step, you can banish 1 polymerization and this card from your graveyard. Fusion summon a fusion monster from extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. That sounds dumb, but it's probably really good. Like, it is a fusion summon during your opponent's turn, but like, man, that's costly. That's so costly. You know, like, tier limits can do that for way less. I will say though, Bean Sick is bad, but I do like staying in private hospitals. They're nice. Oh no, I just like, it felt like shit for a week. And then for another week, I was slowly recovering. And then this week I could finally talk and do stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go back into it. And I did 4 hours of work and crashed and slept all day because I just had no stamina. As a reward for saving like $400, I spent $10 on a gacha game as a treat. But now I'm getting an urge to spend another $10 because I could get really freaking good character. You can get a good character for only $10? Raid Shadow Legends values its legendary characters at $200 each. If they give you a legendary character for less than $200, they think they're giving you a really good deal. And legendaries aren't even the highest tier of characters, it's mythics. They value mythics so high, they're fine if you never get one. They're like, yeah, mythics, they're super hard to get, and we're totally fine if you just never get one on your account. I have like 10 of them, though. But I got super fucking lucky getting all of them. One Predator Plant monster plus one level 1 monster. Must first be either... Man, a level 1 monster. That's funny as hell. Must first be either fusion summon or special summon for extra by attributing 1 monster on the field with a predator counter and 1 predator plant monster you control. Really, a predator counter? Those only go on your opponent's cards. During the main phase, if this card is special summoned this turn, you can target spell or traps on the field up to the number of monsters with predator counters, destroy them. Oh, that sucks. It is cool that you can steal your opponent's monsters for a fusion summon, but that doesn't sound very good. Yeah, it's a predator plant kaiju. Well, more like a predator plant super poly. Not worth the $10 spent on it. Useful like Master Duel. Man, Master Duel is such a cheap gacha game compared to Raid. You can get a competitive meta deck in Master Duel free to play. You cannot get a competitive meta team in Raid free to play. Not in your wildest dreams. It's not physically possible. The equipped monster gains 1,000 attack. Ooh. Once per turn during your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 spellcaster fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand, field, and or Prince of Fairies your opponent controls as a material. The field spell allows you to change your opponent's monsters' names to that. If this card is in your graveyard, you can equip this card to 1 fairy tale monster on the field. Then, immediately after this effect resolves, you normal summon 1 spellcaster monster with 1850 attack. What? You can only use this effect once per turn. Wait, this shit equips itself from the graveyard? And doesn't banish itself afterwards? What the hell? How much you want to bet no one plays this card? That is insane. Well, I mean, all of the Infernables basically do that too, but like, this has good effects on it. It's a one-off. It just equips itself from the graveyard and then gives you a normal summon. Is Prince of Fairies a card that exists yet? I don't know. I know the field spell turns monsters into Prince of Fairies. Holy shit. God, I want to play Fairy Tales. Like, the field spell has a broken effect on it, and their equip spell has a broken effect on it. I'm just like, damn, power creep, man. What's this one do? Target 1 face-up monster you control, then declare a monster type and an attribute. That monster becomes that type and attribute. Then you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control, including that monster. Whoa. You can banish this card from your graveyard, tribute 1 fusion monster, and if you do, special summon 2 surprise tokens with the same level as the attributed monster had on the field. Huh. Don't fairy tales work with the elemental apprentices 1850 stats? Oh, I guess they do. But those cards suck. Well, actually, no. Charmers have some really good support that's not in the game yet. If the total levels of monsters you control are 10 or higher, add to your hand or special summon a level 10 monster from your hand or deck. If the total levels of monsters your opponent controls are 10 or higher, you can banish this card and 1 level 10 monster from your grave. Target 1 card your opponent controls and banish it. It special summons from your deck. Ooh, I love cards that do that. You know who's level 10? That you can special summon from your deck with this card? Eldritch the Golden Lord. Bet you didn't know that. Var Rifar, the Judge of Ball. When your opponent activates a monster effect on their field that targets a monster you control, or their monster targets one for an attack, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can choose one of those monsters and reveal one card in your hand. Then apply the following effect to the monster based on the revealed card type. Monster, change it to defense position. Spell, double its attack, trap, banish it. Why would you want to double its attack, though? Lore accurate obelisk deck. Never heard of a card changing a name, the opponent's card, let alone changing it to a card that doesn't exist. This is the second time I've seen it happen. Also, the new Heraldic support did the same thing. They would change cards' names to like Nameless or something. And then they had effects based on the amount of cards with Nameless on the field. Plus, some of the old Heraldic support had effects that only worked on multiple copies of the same name on the field. Thoughts on using Junk Sleep in Ian Craft? What's Junk Sleep? I love comparing gachas because there's games like the one I play where you basically have to slow grind to level 30 to even start to buy anything, and others that flash 500 purchase officers in your face. Raid is that second one. They spam purchase offers to you as soon as you start playing. I think they start spamming them to you as soon as you finish the tutorial. Yeah, he does look like UA support. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, what's this? Who's that? I don't even know who this is. Is that like alt art for one of the cards? Longs, do you know the new Maxi card? Is it called Maxi D's Nuts? No, I haven't heard of Maxi D's Nuts. Oil. Wow, this was a shitty open. It's an alt art of Raziel Detonator. You know, I would try to get an alt art version of Dominus Impulse, but it doesn't have a cool effect like the other alt arts do. There's no point in buying it. The Fairy Tale XC is a double foolish. Is it really? I know it's like a rare. 2 level 4 spellcasters. Each Fairy Tale monster you control whose original attribute is light is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. What? Oh, it's dark. That makes sense. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can detach up to 2 materials from this card. Send Fairy Tale cards from your deck to the grave equal to the number detached. This isn't a foolish. I mean, it has a foolish-like effect, but I thought you meant it could send like any cards, not just its archetype. If this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can target a Fairy Tale monster you control whose original attribute is light, special summon this card, and if you do, send that monster to the grave. Oh shit, that's good. So once you bring it out, it can just keep coming out forever. And then it provides immunity to your other Fairy Tale monsters. Ooh! Ooh, super duper polymerization. Send this special summon monster to the graveyard. So it brings out... It cheats out a monster and then fusion summons using it. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that would be useful for. Except generically like a Garura. You would bring out a Garura and then send it to the graveyard or fusion summon with it and draw a card. Even though that's stupid, I'm pretty sure that's more useful in some archetypes, probably even Predaplants. Whoa. 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 Super duper helps Fairy Tale. Do Fairy Tales have a fusion? Oh, here's a fusion. 1 Fairy Tale monster plus 1 spellcaster monster. All Prince of Fairies in the field become spellcaster monsters. During your main phase, special summon a Fairy Tale monster from your deck or banishment. What the fuck? You can only use this effect once per turn. That's a soft once per turn! If you normally special summon a non-Earth Fairy Tale monster, while this card is in your monster zone, except during the damage step, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. Also, its name becomes Prince of Fairies. Wow. Fairy Tale Snow and the new XCs can summon themselves from the grave as a quick effect. So you could use that in order to negate your opponent's effects, but not to stop an effect. Damn, just special summon a Fairy Tale monster from your deck once per turn? That's crazy. It's a soft once per turn. It's not even a hard once per turn. Super Duper can't be negated by Solemn Judgment or other counter cards. Wait, does it have spell speed 4 protection? I don't remember seeing that. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. Oh, it is spell speed 4. Whoa. Woo. What does this one do? When a monster your opponent controls activates its effect, quick effect, you can reveal this card in your hand and up to 5 synchro monsters in your extra deck. Apply all of these effects in sequence based on the number you revealed. Also, you cannot activate the effects and monsters special summon from the extra deck until the end of the next turn after this effect resolves, except synchro monsters. 2+, special summon this card. 4+, send 1 revealed synchro monster to the grave. 6, destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. Shit, this is really good. So you just reveal 6, special summon this card, ditch one of the mini synchros that have graveyard effects now, and then destroy a card. Like, there's a synchro you can send to the grave which bounces the cards. You basically can go +3 with this. Whoa! All these new fusions are good with Fluffles too, are they? I love Fluffles. Dual log stream on YouTube, that's a sign to drink more? Yes. If you're sober, are you even trying? Ha 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 ha! Relatable. Trains have their full support, which is nice. Shame it can only either Floodgate or FTK. Wait, how do they Floodgate? I like Floodgates. What's this Floodgate they can do? Don't waste on Fraudulous. It's really priced in the TCG2. It sounds like it's good in decks that can spare a lot of extra deck slots. I play a lot of decks that can spare extra deck slots. Clear Wings Synchro Dragon, 4 Heavenly Dragons. I'm not reading that. New Godems! Ooh, that's good. Fairy Tale Snow. Could be troublesome at 1. Hate that card during the Tier Limits form. I loved Snow. How do they FTK? I assume they FTK with Gustav. Oh, this one does damage too. I'm not reading that though. Oh, a new Constellar card? By using 1 Tellarknight or Constellar monster XCs you control as a material. While you have 7 or more Tellarknight monsters with different names in your graveyard and/or management, this card gains 2,700 attack and defense. Also, it's unaffected by opponent's activated effects. Once per turn, quick effect, you can detach any number of materials from this card, then target that many monsters opponent control, shuffle them to the deck. So it basically becomes a Towers once you reach its quest. God, that's awesome. That sounds so bad, but I kind of want to play that. Teller of Fairy Tales. Ooh. Fairy Tale monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Nice. If this card's fusion summoned using Prince of Fairies as a material, you can destroy as many cards your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each card destroyed. Damn! When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you banish a Fairy Tale card from your hand or graveyard and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Okay, so this is the boss monster. It has the negate. You always gotta look for what card in their archetype has the negate. If they don't have one, then it's a bad archetype. Why are you reading the cards? Because they're new! They're new to me. It becomes at monster's level. You can banish a plant monster and this card in your graveyard. Special summon a dragon monster from your hand or graveyard. Oh, that's awesome. They accept dragon or plants. Ah. It's basically a circular. Whoa, I don't remember this one. An additional normal summon. It searches and destroys back row. That's pretty good. The back row destruction is lame, but the other two effects are both really good. A new Constellar Deltaros. A new Deltaros. Stellar Knight Constellar Deltaros. Stellar Knight Deltaros. Yeah, it's plant circular. I want to make a short going over all the circulars in the game. Although, when I wrote this script, that was like a year or two ago, and there's more circulars in the game now. Opponent cannot target rank 5 or higher Teller Knight or Constellar monsters you control with card effects, but it's only level 4. Okay, so we can search out a card and then immediately normal summon it. And then it has a floating effect to special summon a card from your hand or banishment. That seems good. Searching and then immediately normal summon it? That's so good, especially since all their cards activate on... Well, I mean, most Teller Knight cards activate on normal or special summon, to be honest. 2K skip phase with Tellers. A Master Drool stream, rising streaming platform YouTube. Yeah, I finally enabled dual streaming again. For the longest time, I just kind of had it turned off. Well, it's because like I moved computers and I never set it back up. And I'm no longer a active streamer because I spend all my time on my VTuber company. Ooh, this car looks cool. Wait, what? Target a starting Venom Fusion Dragon in your monster zone. It cannot attack this turn. Also destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible with less attack than that monster. Then you can discard your entire hand. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the combined original attack of monsters destroyed by this effect. Ooh, what does this do? Ooh, it has 2 graveyard effects. So you can send this to the graveyard with Plant Circular. And then either place a Predator counter or get Polymerization back. How does it feel managing VTubers? God, what is the best way to explain it? Imagine you're in control of like 12 toddlers. And you want them to do their homework, but they don't listen and shit themselves all the time. And then blame you for their problems. That's what it's like running a VTuber corp. Yeah, it's clearly an anime card. I mean, it is funny, but like, I could see a way to FTK with it, to be honest. Constellar Cataster? Wait, the Cataster? Oh, Caster, not Cataster. If this card is summoned, you can special summon a Constellar from your deck? Holy shit. And it has a spell negate when it's attached as an Xyz? Damn! Wow, this card looks dumb. I can't tell if a VTuber company thing is an elaborate bit or it's a seriously thing. Look up Glitch Stars. It's a real thing. I started a VTuber company after my friend killed herself. Because I felt I needed to help people. Otherwise, why would I waste my time with such an unprofitable venture? You can discard this card, add a train connector or revolving switchyard from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Ooh, those are both good cards. Wait, train connection, that's the equip spell. Never mind. I was thinking of something else. If this card is sent to the graveyard, target one earth machine in your graveyard, special summon both it and this card. Whoa. If this card is in your graveyard. Holy shit. Oh, it's a once per duel effect. That makes sense. It just brings itself and something out of the graveyard. It also can send itself to the graveyard to search. Damn, son. Damn, son. VTuber assets look insanely expensive. It's not the assets that's expensive, it's the staff and like the video production that is. You know, like having a whole support staff is expensive when earning money is not really the goal. Just like everything Meowie had in a redo, I was just thinking of all the money that it cost. Yeah, and Meowie had all that stuff prepared for like a long time. I remember she had all that stuff done when she was still in our company. Yeah, staff costs are the most expensive. I didn't know you actually had a VTuber company. Look it up, it's called Glitch Stars. When it comes to small VTuber corps, we're one of them. Oh, I need to read the new Fairy Tale card. Holy shit, if you control Fairy Tale, you can special summon this card from your graveyard? Damn! Although you are locked into spellcasters afterwards. If this card is summoned, add a Fairy Tale or Fairy Tale Tales from your deck to your hand. Ooh. Name one effect monster opponent controls becomes Prince of Fairies. Oh my god, this card does everything. It brings itself out of the graveyard, it searches, and it can change a monster to Prince of Fairies. What in your mind makes a Yu-Gi-Oh deck fun to play? Two things make it fun to play. One is if it pulls off a really hard to do combo. Kind of like fulfill the conditions for this. This sounds fun because it seems hard to pull off. Same with the card that requires 10 X-Sabers to activate. See, like, these are fun because they're like quests that you have to try to fulfill. Sometimes it can just be a combo. The other thing is stopping your opponent from playing the game. Those are the two most fun ways to have fun with Yu-Gi-Oh! In the most funnest fun way ever. Is to either pull off a quest or to stop your opponent from playing the game. Both equally fun. Fairy Tales can attack directly. That's insane, dude. Exceptional schedule. Adds an urgent schedule to your hand, and then special summons the tokens to your opponent's side of the field. And urgent schedule requires your opponent to control a monster to use, which is why it was kind of a bad card in the back in the day. Damn, that fixes that card. Fairy Tail's now an engine, full support archetype. I want to play Fairy Tales. Live on YouTube in this economy. I'm also live on twitch.tv.com/theduellogs. But I'm not a real streamer, so. The monsters are by battle this turn. Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, and if you do, it gains this effect. Quick effect, tribute this card, then target one face-up monster you control against 500 attack. What? That sounds awful. I had to read it twice. I was like, there's no way I read that right? No. This is a fusion card which can only be activated when a monster is destroyed by battle. And it just has Polymerization's effect. But it also gives the monster an effect where it can tribute itself at quick effect speed to give another monster 500 attack. What? That sounds so bad. I do hard agree that floodgates are good and every single one should be unbanned immediately. Glad to see you hold the same stance. Yeah, well, I mean, floodgates are fun when I use them. They're not fun when my opponent uses them. The only benefit is that it's quick play. I mean, true, but it's a quick play spell that has a condition. You can't even use it whenever, so it's just like dead in the back row. If you want to play it like during your opponent's turn. And like the main benefit of a quick play fusion spell is to use it during the battle phase to attack again. And this one only triggers on a monster being destroyed. Your monster. Wait, actually, is it any monster? Actually, if it can trigger on your opponent's monster getting destroyed, that it's really good. Let me double check. Oh, wow, 2 of them. I guess I do have to read it, huh? 1 second. I want to look at that card again. The quick play fusion. If it's any monster, that's actually a good card. And I apologize to the Yu-Gi-Oh gods that exist about making fun of it. Oh, so you can rank up this card on top of Gustav Max. Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow, it has 5,000 attack. Damn. When your opponent activates a monster effect while this card is a material, you can negate that effect, and if you destroy the card, then inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Oh, it has a negate. Wow, that's ridiculous. Once per turn, during the end phase, detach one material from this card or destroy this card. There we go, that makes sense. It's a negate, it can rank itself up on top of a card which can burn your opponent, and has 5,000 freaking attack. That's a boss monster, holy shit. Yeah, he's a chunky boy. Also, you can have special summon rest turn except spellcaster monsters. Whoa, it special summons 3 cards. If this card is banished or sent to the graveyard except from the field, you can set this card. Oh, that's neat. There's an infinite track you can use to make it the end phase effect irrelevant too. Well, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't really last that long, so the effect's already not really that big a deal. Once upon a time in Fairyland. Ooh, Fairy Tale Ball. For Trains fans, are there any Trains fans though? I've never met them. And if I can't see it, then it doesn't exist. Sorry, eyes don't make them rules, I just follow them. Thorns of Violet Poison. Is it violent or violet? Violent, like violent? Or is it violet, like the color violet? Violet. Dulonx has never met Peeps Yu-Gi-Oh! Confirmed. Who's that? No, wait, I vaguely know who they are, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what they do. If a monster was destroyed by battle this turn. Wait, just this turn? Oh, fuck, it's even better than I thought. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry for making fun of it. That card's redunculous. Violet as the color. Did you check the train SR you pulled? No. Was it good? Oh, I already know what this one does. It searches, gives you an extra normal summon, and destroys spell traps. It's pretty good. Damn it. I didn't pull the new hand trap. One day left. Ooh, I want this. I have to compete in 8 more duels. Well, I better get dueling. Kamigawa. Is that how you spell fairy tale? No, it's fairy tale. Actually, I think I'll leave it like this. Whew. Whew. Wow. When did they limit snow to 1? Why do they all use Magistus? Is it because of the engine I never bothered to learn? A while ago. Ooh, I like this one because it doesn't use Magistus. Oh, wow, I have way less of these cards than I thought. But they're all SRs. I have a million SR materials. I can just craft this. Where even is the fairy tale card, though? Oh. Damn it. A Dual-Log Secret Stream? Yeah, I guess. Have you seen the new Beast URXCs in the Legacy Pack? It's called Soul Devourer. All right. Soul Devourer. I wanted to read this. I did see it, but I don't know what it does. Any Xyz monster detached from a monster is banished instead of going to the graveyard. Once per chain of a monster card is sent to the graveyard, you can detach one material from this card. If the last material is detached from this card, you can target 3 cards in your graveyards, attach them to this card. What? So basically, it's a slow way of banishing cards from the graveyards. That's awesome. Yeah, it does seem bad, but I do love graveyard disruption. I've been playing pure Fairy Tale. Its downside seems to be that it's low power monsters and seem to be quite susceptible to destruction effects. Fire King does a number on them, but their Xyz monster makes them immune to card effects. How is that possible? Fairy Tale, Fairy Tale, Fairy Tale, Fairy Tale. What the hell is Life Force? This isn't a Fairy Tale card. Fairy Tale, Fairy Tale. It's been so long, the spider is back. Who's the spider? I'm playing pure Fairy Tale. There's a Charmer card which draws you cards every time you summon a Fairy Tale. If a spellcaster monster with 1850 original attack is normal or special summoned, draw a card. Yeah, this card right here. You should play the Floodgate that only lets you control one type of monster because they're all spellcasters. Yeah, but there's not enough. Crozo is good in Fairy Tales? What's Crozo? Crozo. Must either be fusion summoned or special summoned by sending the card fusion monsters you control to the graveyard. Once per turn, when a monster declares an attack, you can target it, negate the attack, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to the attack monster. You can then return that monster to the hand. Oh, that seems neat. Run the 5 spellcaster fusion? Okay. Where is he at? There he is. Any other fusions that can be made with spellcasters? What do you think is better, Charmers or Fairy Tales? I don't know. I don't know enough about Charmers or Fairy Tales. If I make a decision, I'll just be making myself a fool. I'll become a fool. Winda? Winda these nuts. Ha 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 ha. I have no idea how to play this deck. I'm gonna go take a look at some of the other decks. The Charmer. I have the Charmer spell right here. That was the first thing I thought of. Fairy Tale. Yeah, I was afraid of this happening. It's just gonna show me everything that has Fairy Tale Snow in it, which is like every deck under the sun. Whoa, what? Now this deck looks neat. Looks neat. I don't know if it is neat. They didn't release for unknown reason. From what I heard, they didn't release some crucial support to the new Fairy Tales. This plays Floodgates. Ooh, that might be a deck to try. Fairy tale tales, fairy tale tales, fairy tale tales, fairy tale tales. It's missing Regulus. Whom's Regulus? Ooh. Ultra polarization, huh? Ooh, I like this one. What takes up most of your time now? Glitch stars or video making? Neither. It's raid actually that takes up most of my time. Oh, instant fusion's back. Neat. Fairy tales. I'm gonna try to pull some more cards. Legends of Old. When did they add this? That would be an easier way to get it. Metamorph being an SR makes it a nice budget option. That is nice. Especially since I have a million of them. I need to acquire some coins. Yeah, all roads lead to Raid Shadow Legends. Hi, hello there, Mizar. Yeah, I need to call my uncle who works at Konami. There we go. I somehow acquired some more funds. Hee. Cash and Gate Guardians aren't in the same pack anymore. Cash Tira and Gate Guardians were in the same pack. Oh, I love the Gate Guardian cards. Wow, I have 3 of these now. And no interest in playing trains. Ooh. Strenova. Nope, I don't have any of the cards I wanted. Bad pack. I did want this. Wow, this card sounds awful. Oh, it's only rank 7. That's probably why. Fuck, I closed it too early. I didn't see the rest of the cards I got. What if you play trains? Never. I'd rather kill myself. Ooh, I do want to play this card. Super duper polymerization. Okay, I'm getting none of the fairies I want. Fuck, a 4th one? Get the hell out of here. Ooh, those are some URs. Shit. Starving Venom Winged Dragon. Trying to make myself throw up. Show us the cool Konami glitch that got you all those gems. I promise not to tell. It's called nepotism, baby. Fuck. Why do bad things only ever happen to good people like me? The fairy tale monsters are spellcasters and not fairies, right? They kind of had to, because Fairy Tale Snow was a spellcaster for no reason. How does it feel that only bad stuff happens to me and no one else? Does it make you happy? Dismantle all extra cards. 80 new UR material. Welcome back, VTuber Agency CEO. CEO? I hardly knew her. Ah! I like the fairy type a lot aesthetically, but there's no good fairies to play. Sure there is. Haven't you ever heard of counter fairies? I have a good gladiator beast deck that plays counter fairies. I'll just do this. I'll generate some of them, but not all of them. Where's the new Starving Venom Fusion Dragon at? I can just type it in. The Venom. This one. 16 cards. Fuck. I can get rid of Trinity. No one plays heroes. Alright, I have a fairy deck. Oh, I get a free pull from this. As much as I love counter fairies because they're so cool, they suck so much that a vacuum cleaner would lose the second competition. Shh, you haven't seen my counter fairy deck. Obviously. Melodious are good fairies. The fusion event finally allowed their Link 2 to be legal. Was their Link not legal in events? Oh, in a fusion event, they allowed it to be legal. Oh, that's funny. It's a Link card. Of course it shouldn't be in the fusion event. I mean, their fusion is really good. From what I remember, it searches 2 from the deck, doesn't it? Or does it special summon 2 from the deck? It has some crazy broken effect. I spent 7K, got 1 fairy. Well, I got none of the fairies. I had to craft all of them. I got all the trains, that's for sure. Oh well, bad things only ever happen to good people like me. Oh, that's cool. Fusion Plus links apparently. I love that Predator Plant searches out Super Poly. They do what now? Ooh, when did I get this? When are they going to release a new field spell? Oh, they did. And apparently I bought it. I just don't remember. Pure fairy tales. Oh, Fusion Plus event. Fusion XXC's Festival Plus coming soon. One of these days, this game will be run by a competent person who knows the importance of putting out constant events to keep player interest. Don't they want engagement numbers? It's a special poly on legs and a second guy for a discard that immediately turns itself into a fusion material. What? I just want to play counter fairies and trick stars and not lose every game I play? Well, you obviously have never seen my counter fairy deck. Send a Predator Plan from the deck to grave, add a super poly to hand its peak. Well, that sounds really good. Are you sure just not talking about Orpheus Scorpio? Oh, this has new music! You can reveal a spellcaster monster in your hand with 1800 physical attack, and add different names of the monsters you control immediately that fixes the normal summon. The first time each monster you take battle damage or effect damage while you control a spellcaster monster 1800 attack, you take no damage. Neat. Ooh. Ooh. May I see your counter fairy deck? Of course. Discard one spell. Do I really want to discard Called By just to get the request spell? Yes, I do. Fusion summon one spellcaster fusion monster from extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. I do want to do that. Whoa! I didn't know Effect Veiler could be used. Wait, isn't she special summon just from the deck once per turn? Wait, is it the other card that does that? Fuck, man. Thank you, Duel-Longs. I can't wait to see it after this game. There's no applicable card in your hand. Oh yeah, I can't cheat out of no normal summon. I can show you my counter fairy deck after this. I get banned in generic links, but I'm just annoyed that mostly Fusion deck is too bricky to be playable without one archetypal link. That's Yu-Gi-Oh, baby! I gotta add another Effect Veiler to this. Fuck, they need to ban that card. Ooh, I can negate it. Hell yeah, bitch. Yeah, that fusion is pretty cool. I forgot it had a negate. Gem Knight? Ooh, they special summon a lot, I think. I don't know how new Gem Knights play. I've never seen anyone play them. What field is that? It's the new field spell, of course. Come on, special summon more cards so I can draw more cards. Elf Note? What about Elf Note? That's right, special summon. Give me some cards. Fairy Tale Ball. What are they doing now? The Gem Knight OTK. I'd like to see them try. My monsters can't be destroyed by battle right now. The Teller of Fairy Tales. She's just a librarian. Oh, it's an elf note dual field? Oh. Ooh, I drew into a hand trap. Yay! I don't know what to use it on because I've never seen anyone play this deck before. Oh. Probably on their synchro monster. Not a synchro, probably on their link monster is what I meant to say. You didn't know spellcasters could blue ball? Gem Knight Ruby. Come on, give me more draws. Did they just summon 3 cards? That seems a little ridiculous. Target one face-up card in the field and destroy it. First time each turn. Oh shit, I'm dead. 3 cards from the extra with no restriction. Well, that's one way to get those old crappy fusions to see play. I think one of these guys can attack twice. Yeah, it's Topaz. I'm mega dead. I want more effect veilers. Ooh, what's this? If you have 2 more wind monsters in your graveyard and this card in your hand, special summon this card, and if you do, shuffle 1 wind monster from your graveyard into your deck. If this card is normal or special summon, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck and apply the appropriate effect. Place it in your opponent's spell and trap card zone as a face-up continuous spell, banish it. Ooh, well, that's a neat card. I'm favoriting it because I want to use it in a deck one day, not because it's good. This is limited to 1. Well, time to dismantle. Where's that new hand trap I got? Are you excited for the troll raid and mythic gear from the heroic raid logs? You can get mythic gear from the raid? What? You're making stuff up again, Fel. We're not Splinta slopping? What's Splinta slopping? I can't find the new guy. Oh, it's the very first one. There it is. Spent to slopping his Magistus engine. I don't have the Magistus cards. And I don't want to make them either. I'm being cheap with my materials. Can I see the counter fairy deck now? Oh, right. In the new patch, Mythic Gear comes Heroic Raid and Heroic Weekly Vault. However, the Mythic rolls and Mythic Vault kills will now be maxed out myths, so no upgrading needed. If you kill Heroic Last Boss, you get a Mythic Last Boss item from Vault or bonus roll, but it will be lowest level. Oh. Is this my... No, this is not the counter fairy deck. This is just counter fairy support cards. Here it is. This is the ultimate counter fairy deck. As I'm sure you can see by looking at it, it functions the way it does because it is. And yes, it works just as well as you would think. You got addicted to Batamon? What's Batamon? Okay, I think I'm gonna call it quits here because I am tired. I'm not sure why I thought it'd be a good idea to stream so late at night my time. You have it on Steam, it's super auto pets like Pokemon themed? I thought it was only a demo. Ooh, I finished it. Well, that was easy. That seems like a very small amount of fairies. Do I have to show you the deck again? Maybe you didn't understand how it works. So, Vernislyphs are there to summon earth monsters. And you get a whole bunch of Vernislyphs in the graves, which are fairies. There's a counter fairy card called Layard the Liberator, where each time a counter trap is activated, you add 2 of your banished fairy monsters to your hand. So how do you banish the Vernislyphs? Well, through the best earth banish card in the game, Block Dragon, of course. And then, of course, it special summons the cards from the graveyard. Well, it's like, well, I mean, counter fairies are light, so how do you greet those out? Well, duh, with the Gladiator Beast cards. You see, there's the Gladiator Beast card. This one right here, which reads like a custom card. Basically, reveal this card and a Gladiator Beast card in your hand and special summon both. And then you have Test Panther, which searches out another card, which you can use to grab their field spell, which searches out another card. And then you use those to go into Acedriel. And then Acedriel, while Cross Sheep is out, allows you to special summon one of your fairies back. And that's how you get your counter fairies rolling. And then it's like, well, where's your counter traps? Oh, ho, ho, ho. That's where Gladiator Beast War Chariot comes in. You see, War Chariot negates a monster effect, and they can be recycled endlessly in Gladiator Beast. Yeah, it is a genius deck. I'm a genius. I didn't make it. I found it. But I played it, which is just as good. Might as well call it a circus. Work better with hecka hands? Heck no. I'm gonna head out now. I have no stamina. Plus, today is technically supposed to be my day off. I'll feed the dog later. I'll feed the dog later. Wow, is no one in Glitch Stars on this late at night? Oh, Lumina, she just went off? Damn it. Oh well. See y'all later. Is that a Masso deck? No. No.